Welcome to Passion for the Pastime, where baseball lives 24/7, 365. Catch conversations with beat writers, broadcasters, current and former players of all levels. Now here's your host,
Walter Balsetta. Whoops, I fumbled. I got to get out of here.
Walter Balsetta.
All right, there we go. Are we working? Are we up and operational here? Hold on. Yep, we're getting levels now. And I think we're coming in on the Roadcaster now. So sorry guys, my apologies. Here we're going to the multi-channel. All right, I think we're good. Now. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Passion for the Pastime. You guys didn't hear anything that I said. What did I say? Yeah, I gave away the lotto numbers for this upcoming lottery ticket. So you guys make sure to put in those numbers that I gave you. I guarantee you those are the winners. But what's up? Heyo, what is up? Thank you, Rockin', for being in here, being so punctual. I really appreciate that, because had it not been for you, Rockin', this show wouldn't be operational. So thank you guys for helping me out, or thank Rockin' for getting us up and operational. But what's up, everybody? Welcome to Passion for the Pastime, the first one in December. Got through the hiccups. It has been a long 24 hours for your boy. If you guys know, you know. But yeah, no, thank you guys for stopping by here. We're going to talk some Giants baseball here. The winter wish list. If you saw my my YouTube short that I posted out there, I think it was on Monday, maybe it was on Tuesday, maybe yesterday. I think it was Monday night. But we're going to be pretty much talking about my wish list for the Giants. And we might have a late addition to the wish list, because all of that news going on about Kyle Schwarber. Would love to get all of your thoughts on the Kyle Schwarber news that we heard from John Morosi, saying that the Giants have checked in on Kyle Schwarber. Now, is that like a calling up? Hey, how's it been after all these years? How you doing? Like, is it just like a casual check in, or are they like, hey, you want to come play for the Orange and Black? You want to come play at Third and King at 24 Willie Mays Plaza, China Basin? Like, were they really in on Kyle Schwarber? Like, are they really checking in, or is it just like a, hey, what's up, dude? How you been? you know how you have like the small talk with people that you know and you don't really talk to. Like, I would wonder what the conversation was with Kyle Schwarber, but we'll definitely get into that. We got some clips here that we're going to play for you in this episode of Passion for the Pastime. But as I mentioned, we're going to get into my top 10 list, and actually a couple of guys, since I've written the original list, it has fluctuated. It has changed. People have moved positions, and some guys have actually been erased. They've been crossed off. My original list had Dylan Cease. Dylan Cease ended up going to the Toronto Blue Jays, and I also had Devin Williams high on my list. I thought that he was going to be a San Francisco Giant for sure. When I saw that was in the cards for the Giants, I thought that was for sure going to be a thing, because they need they need high leverage in the bullpen. So we'll have to see how the Giants are able to pivot to that. But it's all interesting to see what they are doing right now in the off season, and kind of how everything's transpiring right now, because with the Kyle Schwarber news, it did kind of pique my ears up a little bit. I was like, is that kind of a tell? Like, are they showing the hand that they're willing to play, right? So we'll get into that for sure. But let's go ahead and say our hellos to everybody out there in the YouTube chat. Mike Val was in here a day early. So what's up? What's up, Mike? Good to see you in here. Heyo, Rockin' New Era is in here as well. Turn your mic on. Yes, thank you for that. Appreciate it. Yeah, I can't read lips. Let's see here. I'm on time, but let's work out this microphone thing. Yeah, no, for sure. My apologies, guys. We got it all taken care of here in the YouTube chat. AJ Cruz chiming in. Maple Bacon. Hey, yeah, what's up, AJ? Good to see you in here as well. So good to see you. Mike has a wish list. So Mike, go ahead and type it into the YouTube chat. Let us know what your wish list is. I'll go ahead and go through mine. And again, if you hadn't seen the video, I did post it on YouTube, so go ahead and check that out. Give it a like and follow. We're going to be doing a couple of more shorts. I did a Kyle Schwarber short earlier. Schwarber short. That's hard to say in succession. But I made a Kyle Schwarber short earlier this afternoon, so you guys can go ahead and check that out. Just kind of giving you guys up to date news and kind of give you a insight of what the podcast episodes are going to be surrounded upon. So let's go ahead and go 10 through 1, right? Because that is how you do a proper list. Shout out Young Tone. It starts at number 1. That still blows my mind that he does that. Starts a list at number 1. No, number 1 supposed to be the grand reveal, bro. All right, so let's go ahead and get into number 10. I'm going to have an addition here. And then we'll kind of pivot off of that addition because right now I only have 9 available. You guys can see it right here. I see the cross off right there. That is Devin Williams. That is Devin Williams at number 3. Like I said, I thought that he was going to be a Giant. He is now a member. Where did he sign? Did he sign with the Mets? Yeah, he signed with the New York Mets. So a 3-year deal, right? 3-year deal. I think was it 54 million? I forget what it was for Devin Williams. It was a high price tag for a guy that had been struggling a little bit. I thought it was going to be a lower price tag as well. But so let's go ahead and go through 10 to 1. So pretty much my thought process on this list is not only what makes sense, but it's going to go from highly unlikely to the most likely, right? Okay, so number 10 is going to be, it would be nice to have him, but you have to have him on your list, but it would be nice to have him, but unlikely going to happen. I'm going to start that off with Kyle Tucker, right? I mean, we have talked about it almost ad nauseum when we've been talking about the podcast or talking about the Giants offseason, in that they have not addressed the outfield position. Right. So that's why number 10 for me, and actually number 8 as well, is going to be the outfield position. And number 10 has to be the guy that is out there right now, Kyle Tucker. He is highly unlikely going to come to the San Francisco Giants. They're not going to pay that price tag, but you have the top guy on your list. I would hope that they gave him a phone call just to see what he's thinking about. But highly unlikely that Kyle Tucker will be a San Francisco Giant. So I'm not even going to stress too much on that concept. Number 9, I'm going to switch over, and this is kind of leading into what we'll discuss later in the podcast as we talk about Kyle Schwarber. So essentially, JT Realmuto, he is available. I believe he is 35 years old. He might be going into age 36 season. Not entirely sure how old he is, but he is older, right? And let me make sure that I'm not aging JT Realmuto, because I've been looking at a whole bunch of different guys left and right, making sure like what their ages are and all that kind of stuff. So I want to make sure that I'm getting he's 34. So when we get into 2026, he'll be 35. He'll be entering year 35 for this 2026 season. A lot of numbers to throw at you guys. But JT Realmuto, that's my number 9 guy. Now you wonder, well, why in the hell would you be bringing up JT Realmuto? And you guys let me know. Give me the feedback on my list. I got to know how you guys are feeling. And real quick, Otis is chiming in. What's up, Otis? Good to see you in here. Otis has some thoughts on Kyle Tucker. He says, I doubt Kyle Tucker comes here. Not sure he's going where he's going to go. Great player. I think teams may pause on the contract that he may want. Yeah, no, fair point. And if you missed it at the beginning, Otis, essentially what I'm saying with my list is it's my wish list, right? I mean, you can't have a wish list without having the most expensive, shiny new toy out there on the market. But you have to also temper down your expectations. Know that your parents probably aren't going to get you that one. They're probably going to get you something else. But you got to at least put it on the list. So that's what I'm doing with Kyle Tucker there at number 10. But going back to JT Realmuto and what we'll get into as we talk about the Kyle Schwarber news. So my thought process on this is solely based on if the Giants were going to trade Patrick Bailey. Now, would you want to trade Patrick Bailey? How do Giants fans feel about if that were to happen with Patrick Bailey? He's a 2-time consecutive Gold Glove winner. It's the first time that a Gold Glove tandem in the starting pitcher and catcher. First time it's happened since 2005 with Adam Wainwright and Yadier Molina. So, I mean, aesthetically to the fans, homegrown, is that something that the Giants would want to go like a road that they want to go down, right? And initially when I did this list, I said, okay, JT Realmuto, because I could see a small sliver, because I don't know if Buster Posey is entirely sold on what Patrick Bailey can bring. Also, with the automated balls and strike system coming to Major League Baseball sooner rather than later, that kind of diminishes a little bit of what Patrick Bailey does so well, which is pitch framing, right? So that aspect of catchers, the whole importance factor of a catcher and what it means to be a catcher might actually shift when that rule comes into play at some point. I don't know if it's going to be this year, if it's going to be next year. I haven't read up on it, but I know that it's coming soon, right? It's coming soon now at some point. It might even be as soon as 2026, if I'm not mistaken. But so that's the reason why I have JT Realmuto. That was before I heard about the Kyle Schwarber news, right? The news. And if you haven't heard it, let me go ahead and throw it out to you guys, and I'll continue the list as we go down. But this is just so intriguing to me for the Giants, because Kyle Schwarber 4 years ago, I would have been all over it. But right now, I'm kind of not necessarily hesitant. I'm for it, but I'm a little confused. I'm a little perplexed with that development here. So let me go ahead and give it to the guy that's been giving us all the good news lately, John Morosi. So this is what Morosi had to say about the Giants' interest in Kyle Schwarber.
Back from San Francisco, new manager and kind of a fresh canvas as they get to the winter meetings.
It really is, Matt, and I think that having Buster Posey now fully comfortable in this role, he now has his own manager that he has hired. A lot of young energy with the Giants. And I was told that they've actually already inquired in Kyle Schwarber's market. Very interesting. Maybe they're not a team that we were hearing about as much with respect to where Schwarber might wind up, but you can see the reason. Just think, if you're Kyle Schwarber, you've played for Team USA, the WBC, you've played in the World Series, you've won a World Series, you can have a conversation with Posey, champion to champion. And I think this is a really good indication of where the Buster Posey recruiting pitch can go. We're talking a lot of college football these days. Well, this is like Coach Posey calling everybody up. And I think that for Buster to have that recruiting pitch, whether it's Schwarber, whether it's Tucker, who, by the way, represented by the same agency, that's one thing to watch there. We talked about Bregman, Alonso, same agency, a different agency for Schwarber and Tucker, but they're with the same group. So I think a lot of conversations are building up within those agencies. And I do think Schwarber is one of the players the Giants are watching most carefully as we all get ready to go to Orlando next week.
Yeah, no, very, very interesting stuff. And I also, I did hit up John Morosi to have him come on to the podcast. He can't do it this week, obviously, because he is busy with winter meetings. But as soon as all of that dies down and we'll be able to dissect and see what other players are still available after the dust settles, after the winter meetings, we will be having John Morosi here on the podcast to talk some baseball with us. So TBD as far as when John Morosi can stop by in the flesh to talk some Giants baseball with us. But so that news there, Giants have checked in on Kyle Schwarber, right? And the reason why I'm bringing that up is I wasn't necessarily looking at Kyle Schwarber and also looking at JT Realmuto seriously, but now with just the Schwarber stuff, with the Schwarber news, I'm kind of looking at it in, are the Giants gearing up for a trade? Because now you're looking at everything that has transpired, and I see Mike chiming in here in the YouTube chat, and I'll get to some of his thoughts here, his wish list. You got a lot of different things in there. You're talking about trades and everything, Mike. I like it, man. But so going to the Giants, right? Looking at everything that they've done and everything that they've said up to this point is that they want to get better offensively, they want to get better defensively, all of that. B, they want to improve their pitching, but they're also not going to spend top dollar, right? They're looking at more mid-level, mid-tier guys in that aspect, right? So now, well, how do you do that, right? Are we looking at specific pitchers? Are we looking at a Chris Bassett? Are we looking at a Max Scherzer? Obviously, like those are guys that could potentially come to the San Francisco Giants. Rockin' chiming in here. Giants need offense. If this team has more offense, then Bailey's bat wouldn't matter. That is true. But in order to in order to get something, you have to give something. And after Patrick Bailey has gotten several gold gloves, specifically 2 consecutively, does that up his price a little bit? But also now with the Schwarber news, it kind of opens up that umbrella a little bit more, in that, does that signal that Bryce Eldridge is potentially getting shopped? Is he being thrown out there for a Tarek Skubal, right? I know they have Spencer Torkelson, but is he being floated out there for a Freddie Peralta? Is he being floated out there for a Sandy Alcantara? Who is he being floated out there for? Because why would you go after Kyle Schwarber? That's just my question to all of you guys. What do you think about that? Why would you go after Kyle Schwarber, being that they have said that they want to improve defensively as well? That doesn't do that for Kyle Schwarber. You're not going to put him in the outfield. I mean, I guess in theory you can. You can put him in left field, move Elliot Ramos over to right, and there's just a shuffling of things. I guess you could, but that's not going to make your defense better. It does drastically improve your offense. I mean, hell, you look at Willie Adames, Rafael Devers, Kyle Schwarber, Matt Chapman in that row. That is a big league lineup now. I mean, we're not having to settle for Wilmer Flores hitting 4th. You know what I mean? Like that's a big boy lineup. If that was the case in 2026. But so I'm just thinking, why would they even ask about Kyle Schwarber, being that you're probably going to start him at DH, right? He's probably going to be your DH. You don't want to have him in the field. Why would you ask unless you're shopping Bryce Eldridge? And that now trickles down to, if Eldridge is in a deal, is it possible that Casey Schmidt is also involved? Is it possible that Elliot Ramos is also involved? Is it possible that Patrick Bailey is involved? So that's why number 9, and I might even move him up a little bit more, at JT Realmuto, on my wish list as far as free agents go, at the catcher spot, because it just makes sense to me. I feel like Patrick Bailey, yes, he is doing well defensively, but also with the rule change coming in, and Buster Posey being at the top, I don't know if Patrick Bailey is Buster Posey's guy, right? I mean, they traded for Jesus Rodriguez. They seem to really like him. This would make sense in the fact that you bring in Realmuto. You get him for a 2-year contract. You let Jesus Rodriguez kind of develop and learn the ropes and perfect his craft. And then in 2 years' time, then he is the starter, right? I mean, that's all that I see. That's how I see it anyway. So you guys let me know in the YouTube chat, and we'll continue this conversation. But let's go ahead and go down the rest of my list here as we talk about Kyle Schwarber getting in, and he might actually get into my list here shortly. But number 8 is Cody Bellinger. Again, the theme of outfielders, they need an outfielder. What are the needs for this Giants team? They need more offense, like Rockin has detailed here in the YouTube chat. They need more offense. They need starting pitching. They need a deeper bullpen, and second base and the right fielder, most specifically. So they need a lot of things, right? So that's why looking at free agency, and I know Cody Bellinger is probably not coming here. He's most likely going to stay on the East Coast. He'll probably end up signing with one of two teams, probably the Yankees or the Mets. So we'll have to see how that goes. But Cody Bellinger is on my list, number 8 on my list for the winter wish list for free agency coming up here in the next coming days for the winter meetings. Number 7 is Sean Newcomb. That's who I put at the number 7 spot. Reason why I do that is we've talked about the bullpen. Sean Newcomb can get in there and be a high leverage guy. Obviously, you can put him in there and have full confidence in him. I think that would be a nice fit. He's a lefty as well. The Giants have signed another lefty this offseason earlier. It actually just went official on a 1-year deal earlier today. So they have, Matt Gage. They have Eric Miller, right? We know the lefties in there. It wouldn't hurt to have another lefty in the bullpen, and especially a lefty of Sean Newcomb's caliber. We've seen what he's done over the last couple of years. So that's my number 7 there. Number 6, going back to the outfield, would love to have Harrison Bader. Harrison Bader is one of my guys that I would love to see out there, because you look at what the Giants want, you look at what they require out of the outfield position and just in their lineup in general. You need a timely hitter. You need somebody that can go out there and play a center field in right field, right? I mean, he's a plus defender. He does everything right. He's just a gamer. You know what I mean? Like he's just out there. He kind of runs with his hair on fire a little bit. Maybe he reminds me of a little bit of a Aaron Rowan, but maybe that's because he was most recently with the Phillies. So maybe that's the only reason why I'm comparing him in the two. And obviously, Aaron Rowan's time with the Giants wasn't necessarily favorable. But Harrison Bader, I feel like he's a perfect fit for what the Giants need in their outfield, because you have Jung-Hoo Lee out there, you have Elliot Ramos for now, and then you have Harrison Bader out there in the outfield. I think that would be a fantastic ad for the Giants. So that's number 6. So just to break it down real quick, 10, Kyle Tucker, not going to happen. Number 9, it could happen. I don't know, man. I mean, you start hearing everything about Kyle Schwarber. Now it seems like number 9, like that might be a little bit too low on my list. Like I might have to swap him up to number 7 or something, because with the Kyle Schwarber news, that just kind of blew my mind a little bit. It blew my mind that they would actually be inquiring in another DH, in that it's a position that they have, it's a little bit redundant now. What they have Bryce Eldridge and you traded for Rafael Devers. I don't think they're going to move Rafael Devers. You know what I mean? So it's going to be really interesting to follow that and see if the Giants are really shopping Bryce Eldridge. But you guys let me know. Would you trade Bryce Eldridge if it came down to it? I kind of looked at a couple of guys, a couple of pitchers that he can potentially get traded to. We'll break it down when we get a little bit more into the Kyle Schwarber stuff. But you guys let me know in the YouTube chat what you guys think about Kyle Schwarber, and would you potentially, if that does mean signing Schwarber means trading Bryce Eldridge, are you for it? Like, and maybe one doesn't have to happen for the other to happen. I'm just saying, if you were to go get Kyle Schwarber, it's likely, right? Because you have a position of redundancy. It's likely that Bryce Eldridge would end up getting traded. So you guys let me know in the YouTube chat, would you do that? Is this something that you're willing to do? And would there be an uproar? I mean, would the Giants fans be highly upset that you trade your top prospect? I guess it would depend on what the return is, right? Like if it's a Hunter Green, which I mean, they have Spencer Steer out there. So I don't know if that's really a position of need for the Reds. But if you were to trade for Hunter Green, like would the would the fan base be okay with that? Like I don't know, man. You guys let me know in the YouTube chat. But yeah, so number 10, Kyle Tucker, JT Realmuto, number 9. Number 8, Cody Bellinger, number 7, Sean Newcomb, and number 6, Harrison Bader. Before we go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, let's go ahead and go out to the YouTube chat, see what you guys are talking about. I know Mike was throwing out his wish list here. He has an interesting wish list. Let's see, and you guys all let me know what your wish list is for the winter meetings. So number 10, sign Kyle Schwarber. All right, like that. Number 9, trade Matt Chapman and prospects for a very good pitcher. Or not trade Matt Chapman, Mike, and trade Bryce Eldridge, like we were just talking about, like Freddie Peralta. Yeah, Freddie Peralta is someone that could be there. Number 8, move Rafael Devers to third base. All right, I like that. Number 1, play Bryce Eldridge at first base. See, that's where everything it kind of depends, because I don't know, man. I really don't like. I could see that happening. I could see Matt Chapman being traded, but also he's such a leader. He's such a leader for the position players. I don't know if Buster Posey would want to move off of Matt Chapman. I mean, wasn't Buster Posey integral in giving him the contract extension, and then he's just going to go ahead and trade him the following year? I don't know if things happen that quickly for this regime. But also, I mean, well, let me bring that back. Buster Posey also did give an extension to Bob Melvin. So I mean that it could happen. It could happen. You never say never. But let's see what else Mike has in his wish list. Re-sign Wilmer Flores to help him, and congratulations to Wilmer Flores. He got engaged this past week. So congratulations to him. I know he's a big listener of the podcast. Number 5, re-sign Tyler Rogers. All right, well, calm down, Mike. You're stealing my thunder. Number 4, re-sign Camilo Doval. No, I think I'm okay. I think I'm good with that. Number 3, sign Harrison Bader to play right field. Yep. All right. Now you're with me, Mike. Number 2, sign Merrill Kelly instead of Max Scherzer. All right. And then where's your number 1? Did you give me a number 1? Oh, number 1, have a great holiday. Look at that, Mike. Look, see, I didn't even put that on my top 10. So Mike's already doing a better job than I am. So thank you, Mike, for your top 10 list. Let's see here what everybody else is talking about. Maybe they're exploring all options. Yeah, it's possible. I mean, you got to keep all your options open, right? But if I remember correctly, the Red Sox inquired on Bryce Eldridge, and this was, pre-Devers, right? And Giants said absolutely not. So what has changed? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I really don't know what to make of that news. Maybe Morosi's just throwing crap at the wall. Maybe he's just, with the Tatsuya Imai too. Like I was like, I don't know. I don't know about that, because the Giants have said that they're not going to try to spend top dollar on free agent pitching. So I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. It's all we're all just dissecting spy codes. That's essentially what we're doing. But let's see what Rockin' is saying here. Just got a notification that Kyle Tucker visiting the Blue Jays. Hey, now I could definitely see that. He is on my wish list. I didn't specify that this was a Giants wish list. Maybe I did. But hey, I didn't specify. I said it's my wish list for whatever I need. Let's see what else we got going on. Lori in the chat. What's up, Lori? Good to see you in here in the YouTube chat. Let's see, Rockin'. I hope Dakota Jordan becomes a great player for us. Unlikely with the Giants' track record of developing young talent, unless that changes. Let's see, Rockin' chiming in on the Bryce Eldridge stuff. I wouldn't trade Eldridge for Schwarber, but if we got a haul for Eldridge, I'd listen. Yeah, so that's the thing. I mean, what would you consider a haul? I mean, are you talking multiple players? Are you talking about a star caliber starter? I mean, I guess what's the definition for a haul for Eldridge? Let me throw this out to you, Rockin' and the whole YouTube chat. Let me know what you're thinking. What would you think if you were to trade Bryce Eldridge to the Marlins? To the Marlins for Kyle Stowers for outfield and Sandy Alcantara. Would you do that? Would you do that? Is that considered a haul for you? Is that enough for you to do that? I would probably do it. Prospects, you never know what they're going to be. I mean, I would love to see Bryce Eldridge, and also this is contingent on if Kyle Schwarber signs here. I'm not just throwing Bryce Eldridge out to everybody and trading him away, not having someone there to be a DH. I'm not trading him just to trade him. I'm not just trading him just to do it. I'm saying if they get Kyle Schwarber, would you trade Bryce Eldridge to the Marlins for Kyle Stowers and for and maybe they don't even do that, because I mean Stowers was on fire this year, led me to a fantasy baseball championship, to be honest. So yeah, would you do Stowers and Alcantara? Would you go with Hunter Green, and that's just one player? Maybe you get someone else on their team as well from the Cincinnati Reds. Would you trade if you can get Byron Buxton and Joe Ryan, or Byron Buxton and Pablo Lopez, would that be enough? Would that be a haul for you to consider trading Bryce Eldridge? That's what I'm saying. There's multiple combinations, and there's a lot of teams. I was reading earlier today that there's a lot of teams that can use a power first base bat. And it just depends on where he can end up. And the Twins are looking to add at that position. So it could make sense. It could make sense. Also, it could make sense for them to trade for Patrick Bailey as well, to include him in that trade. Maybe that makes it a little bit better. Patrick Bailey and Bryce Eldridge for Pablo Lopez or Joe Ryan and Buxton and someone else. You know what I mean? So there could be endless possibilities. But would you entertain, right? I mean, Rockin saying I wouldn't trade Eldridge for Schwarber unless we got a haul. But what would that haul have to entail? Are you looking for specific position groups? Are you looking for a game changer, a star caliber player? Like what? And what kind of haul could you get for Bryce Eldridge? I mean, I know that he's the top prospect in the Giants organization, but you have to remember the Giants organization is like 22nd in in all of baseball, right? I mean, I know he's a top prospect, but what can that net you? It's not like if Bryce Eldridge was in the Dodgers organization, I guarantee you'd get multiple star caliber players. Like we might look at what was that trade that they did years ago to get Max Scherzer and Corey Seager, right? Like something like that. I don't know. Let's see what else we got here in the YouTube chat before I continue my list. Who would you replace Chapman with? Well, if you're going back to Mike, he said Devers, and he did answer in that regard. I need to look at the whole thing here. Let's see what else we got going. Schwarber, he kills us and let go. Oh yes, Schwarber. Okay, Lori likes the Schwarber idea. He kills us and let Eldridge go. Yeah, he does kill us. And by the way, that prompts me for my next little video here. Go ahead and just envision this for Giants fans. Look at how effortless Kyle Schwarber puts this into the Cove.
Fly ball right field. That's deep. Yastrzemski's looking. It is gone. 2-run home run for Schwarber.
Did he even swing? He just poked that.
Fly ball right field. That's deep. Yastrzemski's looking. It is
so effortless. Gone. I would love to have that on the San Francisco Giants. Let me just tell you, I would love to see that. I feel like I would have instant peace with Kyle Schwarber being in the lineup for the San Francisco Giants. So go ahead and get that done. Let's see what else we got going on here in the YouTube chat. Maybe the Giants hitching their wagons to Devers. Yeah, no, man. I think Devers is going to be here. Star player or multiple top prospects. Okay, so you take top prospects for the prospect. I would take major league ready players. I think that's what you can get with Bryce Eldridge, because he is a highly touted prospect. I just don't know how high you can get it, right? I mean, the Twins are trying to move off of Joe Ryan. I don't think they're trying to move off of Pablo Lopez, but I'm also just saying, those are pitchers that are worth a damn. So yeah, it'd be really interesting just to see how that all develops with Bryce Eldridge. And if the Giants are legitimately serious about Kyle Schwarber. So Let's go ahead and go back out here. I'd take that deal from the Marlins. Yeah, I think I would too. I don't know what the Marlins would do, but I'd do it. You know what I mean? Like I would be really intrigued with that one. Things just got real interesting though. I've got to admit that. Yeah, no, it definitely did get interesting for sure. Now this is the place to be. What's up? Put it on the JD tab. Is that is that Greg Silver? What's up, Silver? Good to see you, bro. Aren't you running basketball tonight? Let's see here. Would you trade Schmidt to bolster pitching? Ask Ikawaseta. Yeah, thank you. Are we going to do that on the show at some point? We're going to do a Ask Ikawaseta instead of Ask Papa. Would I trade Schmidt to bolster pitching? I would trade Schmidt just to get him out of my line of sight. Like I don't know, man. Like I'm not the biggest Casey Schmidt fan. You know, there's a ton of places, a ton of teams that could use third base help. And I think that Casey Schmidt, that is his best position. He's not going to play there as long as Matt Chapman is there, unless the Giants do what Mike was saying in trading Matt Chapman away. Then I guess you can technically move Casey Schmidt over to third base. But does that make you a better team? I don't think it does, to be honest. The bat just isn't there. It's not consistent enough for Casey Schmidt. Can it get there? Sure. You know, I'm not ready to kick the tires on him, but I just don't. I just don't. I'm not the biggest Casey Schmidt fan. Just saying. Let's see what else we got here. Eldridge for Pirates. 2 players. No, Pirates don't want to pay their players. What 2 players? You're just gonna any 2 players? What are you saying? Let's see what else we got here. Also, sorry I can't change my handle for another 2 days. Oh Jesus, Silver. Well, it was well worth it. Put it on the JD tab for sure. Everywhere I go, it's either on the Papa tab or the JD tab. I never pay for my beverages anymore. So let's see what else. I'd rather go get Hunter Green or Skubal. Yeah. You know, I would say for Hunter Green and Skubal, it'll probably cost you more than Bryce Eldridge. So you might be looking at a Bryce Eldridge and Patrick Bailey. You might be looking at Eldridge and maybe Luis Matos, maybe some other top prospects. Maybe would you do a Bryce Eldridge and a Hayden Birdsong? Would you do that for a Skubal? I probably would do it. I love Hayden Birdsong. I'd probably do it, to be honest. I don't know. We're just throwing crap at the wall, see what sticks. Let's see what else we got here in the YouTube chat. So you put it on the JD tab. Oh hell yeah, dude. You always put it on the JD tab. Every time you're at Harmonic, put it on the JD tab. He'll take care of you. Let's see. Schwarber as DH would be fun. It would be. I wrote out the lineup here. Just trying to figure out what holes we would have, and obviously, I would love to get Bader, right? And if you can get Bader, that would be incredible. But I don't think you'd get both, right? I think you might just get Schwarber, and then you start going with pitchers, which I spelled Schwarber completely wrong on my paper. Sharber. I'm such an idiot. All right, but number 1, I did Jung-Hoo Lee leading off, obviously. That's his best position. Willie Adames, Rafael. Just this part right here, 2 to 6 is actually pretty damn good for me. Willie Adames, Rafael Devers, Kyle Schwarber, Matt Chapman, Elliot Ramos. I think that's pretty damn good. Would I switch maybe Matt Chapman to 6, have Elliot Ramos 5? I might do that. I might do that because I think Chapman would maybe benefit a little bit there. But then also he doesn't have anybody to back him up. So maybe you want to have Elliot Ramos right behind him. But anyways, that lineup with Kyle Schwarber would be very interesting. It would be highly interesting if that was to happen. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Hell yeah, dude. Oh, fucking Silver. Let's see what else we got here. All right, I think we're all caught up. Let's see here. The recovery 716. Susan Slusser saying that the Giants feel they have enough pitching and that offense was more of a need. I don't know what to believe anymore. Yeah, look, see, I mean, hey man, I don't know what to believe either. it seems like things are being thrown out there, and then the Giants are doing like the complete opposite of what they're saying they want to do. But if this is the case, if they think that they have enough pitching, do they? Do they have enough pitching? Like, seriously, we got Logan Webb, we got Robbie Ray, Landon Roop, and who else? Who else is after that? I mean, I know we were talking about Hayden Birdsong, and I love what Hayden Birdsong does. Would love to see that. Kind of hit him take the reins and never look back and be a major league starter. But he had a lot of hiccups in 2025. You can't really hitch your wagon to Hayden Birdsong. You can't hitch your wagon to Carson Wisenhunt. I mean, do I feel confident in that? Yeah, of course. But they have enough pitching? I call BS on that. I don't think that they have enough pitching. I really don't. Now, do I like that the Giants are prioritizing offense? I do. But I would like for them to go, like, if it's not Kyle Schwarber, I would like them to go get Cody Bellinger. Go get Harrison Bader. You know what I mean? Like, those are guys that I think are obtainable. I don't think that they'd cost you an arm and a leg. I mean, it might be a little expensive, but I mean, I'd rather have Harrison Bader out there than Luis Matos. I love me some Luis Matos, but I don't have all the utmost confidence in Luis Matos. I don't have the confidence in Dylan Gilbert. So yeah, man. I mean, I don't know with any of that. Like, am I confident in the pitching? I'm not. Not even the bullpen. There's no other than Logan Webb. Honestly, Logan Webb and Landon Roop. Those are the only ones that I'm really confident in. Even Robbie Ray. I mean, he did great things in 2025, but I just feel like 2026, it's just all going to come to a halt. Like, I don't know how much Robbie Ray will be able to go. That's why I'm looking at these pitchers in the trade market, and I'm looking at these pitchers in free agency that you got to get one. You got to get one guy. I mean, if it's a Chris Bassett, I wouldn't be thrilled, but you know, I'd feel a little confident. You know what I mean? I'd feel a little okay. If it was Max Scherzer, I wouldn't jump for joy, but you know, I'd feel a little better than what we have. That's all I'm saying. I don't think that they have a pitching staff that'll go out there and compete for the West. I don't think they have a pitching staff that'll go out there and compete for a wild card. I really don't. I really don't think that they have that currently right now. So I think that they have to go add someone via trade or acquire someone, which we'll get into here. That leads me to number 5. Number 5 we talked about, and honestly, when I made my first list, I was riding high. I was drinking the Kool-Aid. You guys know I was talking about it last week. Tatsuya Imai. He was my number 1. But then I started thinking about it, and then I started seeing everything else coming out with Buster Olney and Andrew Baggerly and everything, just talking about how the Giants are not going to spend top dollar on pitching. So then I was like, all right, I'll drop him down to number 5. That's where I have the Japanese pitcher Tatsuya Imai. He is at number 5. I would say maybe it's 50-50. Maybe it's even less than that. Maybe it's 60-40 for the Giant, or I guess 40-60 if you're you know, right. You say the percentage that you think that they have first, 40-60. They have a 40% chance of maybe it's even less than that. Maybe it's 30-70, man. I don't know anymore. I don't know what to believe. I feel you, Recovery 716. We're all trying to figure this out. We're all trying to find out what the hell's going on. But again, it's just like there's information over here, then you hear a report, and then there's information over here that contradicts that information. It's going to make your brain explode 100%. So Tatsuya Imai, he is my number 5. I did have him at number 1 at one point, but I think it was wishful thinking. I don't think that they're going to spend top dollar. However, I do think that they have the high possibility of getting these number 3, 2, and 1. I really do think that these guys could end up on the San Francisco Giants. I don't know if Giants fans will love these selections, but I think that it would benefit the Giants highly right now. So I did mention that I had Devin Williams at number 3. Now I have a vacancy in my list, so I'm going to switch who I currently have at number 4 to number 3. But number 4 now, Kyle Schwarber. I think that Kyle Schwarber getting added to this offense, added to this team would do wonders. I mean, you want to talk about a guy that puts fear into opposing pitchers. That is Kyle Schwarber. You saw that home run that I played for you guys earlier today. Went into the Cove. It was his first home run into the Cove, I believe. And he hit it so effortlessly, man. I mean, he is a dead pull hitter. Right field is 309 down the line. Go ahead and give him a bat and see how many times he can flip it into the Cove. Kyle Schwarber is a beast. He is a great power bat. He's a lefty. He is everything that you want Bryce Eldridge to be, and you don't know if Bryce Eldridge can be, but he's definitely, or you don't know if that's what he can become. But Kyle Schwarber is that. He's been that. So I would love for him to come over to the San Francisco Giants. He is my number 4. I've now slotted him in there for number 4. Again, maybe I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. Maybe I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, guys. I'm sorry. But if Kyle Schwarber does come over, I think that that's going to cause a lot of dominoes. You guys let me know in the YouTube chat how you feel about that. But I do think that that'll cause a lot of dominoes to fall after that. Because, again, you have the redundancy of Kyle Schwarber at the DH spot. You're not going to put – I can't imagine that a team that has preached pitching and defense and timely hitting and base running – I can't believe that Kyle Schwarber is even a thought in their mind, but also I can't imagine that they would put him in the outfield. He has to be the DH. He has to be the DH for this Giants team. And then what do you do with Bryce Eldridge? You're not going to put Bryce Eldridge in the outfield. Is he just going to, develop more in the system? No, you trade him away. You trade him for something else that you don't have. And if they get Kyle Schwarber, maybe you're not getting a starter in free agency. You go trade for one. That's just how I feel about it. So we'll have to see how all of that goes. But yeah, Freddie Peralta is a name that has been out there. Sandy Alcantara is out there. Tarek Skubal has been floated around as being a trade candidate. Who else did I have listed here? Oh, Joe Ryan and Pablo Lopez, of course, and Hunter Green. Hunter Green also in that mix. Maybe there's someone else that I'm not even thinking about. I said Freddie Peralta, right? And I said Freddie Peralta. So yeah, no, we'll have to see. We'll have to track that and see how it goes. But let's go out to the YouTube chat one more time. AJ Cruz is out there. I hope you guys haven't called. The phone line is open, by the way. Phone line is operational. 925-392-5348. We won't be going too much longer, but if you do want to give me a phone call and talk some Giants baseball, go ahead and give me a call and we'll dive into it. Birdsong looks like Theo Vaughn. My goodness. I always thought that Birdsong looked like Chucky, the doll. Like not saying he looks like I guess in saying that he looks like Chucky or saying that he looks like John Gruden. I think he looks more like Chucky than he looks like John Gruden. Does that make sense? He looks like the damn doll. If you guys pull up a picture of I don't have one right now. I should pull one up. Pull up a picture of Hayden Birdsong. He looks like Chucky. He looks like Chucky the doll before he gets all the scars and everything, like the first Chucky. But let's see what else we got going on here. I just want the Giants, the recovery 716. I just want the Giants to be good, please God. Yeah, I think we're all on that route, man. We definitely want the Giants to be a good team and compete, like have a pulse in the National League West, man. I'm tired of the damn Dodgers. I'm tired. Let's take the reins from the Dodgers. We just have to wait it out because they're getting old. I forget who I was hearing that from. Maybe it was Papa. I was hearing it somewhere, and they were just like, "Well, the Dodgers are getting older, so I mean, so what? We're just gonna play the waiting game. We're just waiting for them to die out. They're not playing baseball anymore. We're just gonna have to play the waiting game. No, dude, I'm not down for that. I want to take it from them. That's why Tatsuya Imai would be a fantastic Giant because he wants to take them down. He is a Giant at heart. Bring him here. Come on, Giants, do the right thing. Let's see what else we got going on here in the YouTube chat. And also, if you guys are liking the podcast, and if you're new here, welcome in. My name is I almost said my name is Pablo Sandoval. My name is Walter Cabraceta for the passion for the pastime. I am not Pablo. I'm not related to Pablo in any way, shape, or form. My girlfriend wishes I was Pablo. She had a huge crush on him a while ago. But anyways, my name is Walter Cabraceta. If you guys do like what you're hearing, if you're new to the podcast, go ahead and give me a subscription and set your notifications. And also, if you are watching along here on YouTube and on Twitter, go ahead and give me a like. Give me a like button. Helps with the algorithm and brings more people to the channel. So appreciate you guys as well. So going back out to the Recovery 716. Honestly, I would be excited with Stephen Kwan. Yep, that is another guy. That is another guy for sure. With the Guardians, I was actually texting one of my beat writer guys earlier today. Won't divulge the name, but he may be coming on the podcast at some point. Was talking about Stephen Kwan. Was talking about Stephen Kwan and the possibility that he gets traded, and I think that he would be a great addition to this Giants team as well. So yeah, no, Recovery, you're right on that, man. Want some contact hitters, enough strikeout guys already. Would you take Luis Ariz? Would he be enough for you? He doesn't add anything on the base paths, but he could put the bat on the ball. Just saying, he's out there. Let's see what else we got going on. Robbie Ray. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. All right, Robbie Ray is in a contract here. I'm sure he'll be prepared to pitch for the full season. He'll be prepared. Will he be able to? I don't know, Mike. But yes, it is a contract year for him. You wonder how many. I mean, this might be the last contract that he gets, right? Because he'll be, I think he'll be 33 after this year. Maybe I'm aging Robbie Ray a little bit, but I feel like he'd be 33 or 32 at season's end. But let's see what else we got here. Welcome to free agency. It'll always be in your head. Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Let's see what else we got going on in the YouTube chat. I think Scherzer is a def high chance. Yeah, for sure. We'll have to see where he is on my list. He is on my list. See where he's at. I'm going to wait and see. Not going to get my hopes up anymore with free agents. Been heartbroken too many times. That is the story of Giants fans. And when we are heartbroken, recovery 716, guess what? We'll be here. We'll be able to be the shoulder to cry on here on Passion for the Pastime when we do get our hearts broken once again. When Kyle Schwarber signs with the Phillies and all of this was just a ploy to get more money, we'll be here to break it down 100%. Let's see, Recovery. I feel like the media says the Giants are potential suitors just because. Yeah, they just do it. They just throw it out there. Like, the Giants have swung and missed for a decade. They're definitely in on this guy. I'm with you, Recovery. I'm with you 100%. Phone line is open. Yes, it is. It is open. Rocking. Yeah, damn it. Yeah, no, it is open. 3 weeks in a row. Yeah, keep them coming, baby. Keep them coming. What's up, Ernie? Good to see you in here as well. I'll call next week, so it won't take up a lot of time tonight. No, yeah, you can call in, Rocking. Nobody's calling. Nobody's calling right now. You can go ahead and call in. Let me know what you're thinking here. But I will go ahead. Oh, let's see here. Recovery 716 joined the show late. What were your thoughts on ownership not spending? A lot of Giants fans I know are pissed off about it. Yeah, I mean, they've spent money, but I mean, you don't ever want to hear the ownership doesn't want to spend money. You know what I mean? That is the ultimate turnoff as far as fans go, right? But I mean, you look at what they're paying all these guys on the payroll right now. You just hope that they are willing to pay some, and also just going to the pitchers thing, right? I mean, the big thing why we were talking about Kyle Schwarber and why it would make sense to trade Bryce Eldridge and looking at potential pitchers in the trade market, why it would make sense is because that they don't want to sign pitchers to long-term deals and a lot of money. And in history, that has panned out pretty damn good. Like the Blue Jays, I love the Jays. I love what they did. I didn't love that they blew it 2 times in Game 6 and Game 7 in the World Series. But I like what they did in that they went and they're being proactive, because the reason why they went and got Dylan Cease is because they're not bringing back Kevin Gausman, right? Kevin Gausman is going to be gone. They have Trey Savage there. They got Barrios, I think, for another 2 years. So they have pitchers. They have Shane Bieber, right? They have all these guys. Dylan Cease is your replacement for Kevin Gausman. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because that makes sense. And that's what I would want the Giants to do, right? But the Blue Jays are operating on this high of that they got to the mountaintop and got kicked off by the devil themselves, right? They got kicked off of the mountaintop with the Dodgers. They were climbing up there and cut their cord. They just fell all the way down to the bottom of the mountain. So they're operating on this high in that we need pitching. That is a big reason why they were not, as successful as they potentially could have been, right? They were kind of struggling going through the World Series and the playoffs because of their lack of pitching depth. And I think at some point it ended up catching up to them, right? So I understand why they would go get Dylan Cease, but let me tell you, 7 years, that's a long time for a pitcher, especially a guy that is, I don't know how old Dylan Cease is actually. Is he 29 or is he 30 now? Let me look up Dylan Cease really quick. But the reason why I bring that up is that their theory, he's 29. He'll be turning 30. He'll be going into age 30 season. Yes, and base running errors rocking. Thank you. But the reason why I'm talking about Dylan Cease and the Blue Jays and what they did is that they're being proactive. They're looking at what they have on the pitching side of things, and they're like, Kevin Gausman's not going to be here. We're not going to bring him back. We have to have a fallback plan. And then also in the meantime, we have a pretty damn lights out starting rotation. That's what they have now with Kevin Gausman and Barrios and Shane Bieber. And now you throw in Dylan Cease and Trey Savage. That is probably top 3 pitching staff in all of baseball. They're being proactive in that Kevin Gausman is going to be gone. Now, why do I bring that up? For the Giants, I would love for them to operate under that same thought process, because when you look at Robbie Ray, we were talking about it here in the YouTube chat. Mike brought it up, and I think Rockin brought it up as well. When you look at Robbie Ray, he is entering into the final year of his contract. I would love for them to be proactive and go out there and get a guy, a lefty in particular, Framber Valdez. I would love for him to be a guy, but I left him off my list specifically because the Giants have said that they're not going to go out and spend a lot of money, top dollar for these pitchers, right? So I would love for them to maybe even trade for a guy, trade for Tarek Skubal, trade for him, whatever it takes, bring him over here. I think that he would be fantastic. He's one of the top pitchers. But would the Tigers do that for a prospect? I think you'd have to give them something else to entice them, and maybe that would be a Birdsong. Maybe it would be Elliot Ramos. Like, it might be a bigger haul for a Skubal, but I mean, if you're getting Schwarber and you're getting all these other guys and you trade for Skubal, then you're talking about stuff. Then you're looking like a good team. And then if you trade Patrick Bailey in that deal, then you go get JT Realmuto, who's number 9 on my list. But anyways, I say that all to say that it sucks to hear that ownership doesn't want to spend, and they only care about the bottom dollar, right? That was the bottom line. That was the line from last year. It sucks to hear that, but then also you have to realize that it is a business. You don't like to hear that, but it is a business. So they have to think in that aspect, but we don't like it. I don't like it. I want them to spend every damn dollar that they have. I want a winner on the team. I want a World Series, but it's not about what I want. So I'm with you guys for sure. But let's see what else we got going on here in the YouTube chat. Do you think Gausman will come back? It's a possibility. It's a possibility that Gausman will come back. Gausman would be, how old is Gausman? See, I need to get a sheet with all their ages on here. He's 34 years old, so he'll be, when's his birthday? January 6th. Hey now, January 6th. He will be turning 35. So next year he'll be 36. I mean, if he's still effective, I mean, he still pitches pretty damn good right now. I would entertain Kevin Gausman coming back. Would he entertain coming back? I think so, because it's Buster Posey. I believe he played with Buster Posey, if I'm correct. So, I mean, you have that tie. It's not the previous regime that, kind of left on sour terms, because Farhan didn't even give the dude a phone call in the offseason. Like, what the hell was that? Like, you don't call Kevin Gausman. He was waiting for the call. He wanted to come back, and then they never called, and he just said, "All right, well, I'm going to go to Toronto. I'm going to go to the Blue Jays for the next best situation," and he ended up going there. So again, I would love to have Kevin Gausman back. I think that he will still be effective, especially with how he pitches the contact. I think that plays well in our ballpark. We all know that. So Kevin Gausman, well, would he come back? I don't know. And then you're talking about age 36, and I mean, we already signed Verlander. Maybe we'll sign Max Scherzer. I would entertain Kevin Gausman if it came to that at some point. But let's see what else we got going on here in the YouTube chat. Recovery 716 saying Gausman still has good stuff. Yeah, he does. But a year can change. A year can drastically change something with Kevin Gausman. I don't see that happening, but I'm just saying a year from now he could look like a different pitcher. He could. So in which case we'll have to revisit it a year from now when we're in winter meeting talks again. All right. So I talked about Tatsuya Imai. I went to Kyle Schwarber, number 4 on my list, my wish list. And just to break it down real quick, number 10, Kyle Tucker. Not going to happen, but got to have him on my list. JT Realmuto, number 9, could happen, especially with the Kyle Schwarber stuff happening. People might be in trade talks as we speak. Someone might get traded before we end this podcast. Number 8, rather, Cody Bellinger for the outfield. Not going to happen. Unlikely. He'll probably stay on the East Coast. Sean Newcomb, would love to have him in the bullpen. I think that would be a good fit for the Giants. A big need for them as well. Harrison Bader is number 6. Did I say number Sean Newcomb was number 7? He's number 7. Did I say he's number 6? He's number 7. Harrison Bader, number 6. Number 5, Tatsuya Imai. Number 4, Kyle Schwarber. Now 3, 2, and 1, I think, are the biggest possibilities for them to end up in the orange and black. I don't know how you guys feel about it. We've talked about the need for bullpen. I can definitely see this reunion for sure. He was effective. He was pretty damn good. It wasn't sexy, but got the job done. Tyler Rogers is my number 3. I could see a reunion in a couple of weeks. He'll be wearing the orange and black again. The Submariner will be back in the orange and black. I do think that is a possibility. He was very reliable. He gave us all a heart attack. It's not 90 miles an hour. Is hell. It's not even. It's barely 80 miles an hour. You know what I mean? I don't know how effective that is, but damn it, his pitch slot, his arm slot is just hard to pick up for opposing offenses. Edwin Diaz, maybe. I don't know about that recovery. I feel like they wouldn't go down that route. And I was looking at Emilio Pagan. I was hoping that he was going to maybe get some run here, but he ends up going back to the Reds. He signed I think it was a 2-year contract earlier today. So the reliever market is starting to dwindle a little bit. But Rogers, I would love to see that. And hell, we're talking about all these pitchers. Maybe they trade for a high leverage guy. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to spend the money to do that. Maybe they're going to trade some excess pitching that they have. Maybe Marco Luciano is part in the deal. I don't know, because I don't feel like he's going to be on the major league roster at any point soon. So that's my number 3, Tyler Rogers. Number 2, he has highly been linked to Tony Vitello. That is Max Scherzer. Max Scherzer, I think, makes sense. It's not my number 1 choice. It's number 2 choice. But Max Scherzer, I could definitely see him coming here and having a little bit of success here. We had the Justin Verlander experiment. Obviously, it didn't go well for Verlander. He did finish the year well, and that's also the conversation. Will Verlander come back? I don't know. Would you come back if a team couldn't get you run support and you're chasing 300 wins? I wouldn't come back. Maybe he goes back to Detroit because the Giants trade for Tarek Skubal and they have the need for a starting pitcher. Hey, there it is. Call it there here on Passion for the Pastime. But yeah, so number 2 will be Max Scherzer. I think that they still want to have that veteran presence. Obviously, Logan Webb is that veteran presence for this Giants team. But just to have a reliable arm and someone else to kind of teach this next generation, this next wave of Giants pitchers, especially Carson Whisenhunt and Landon Roop, who will most likely be on the pitching roster, the pitching rotation. I think I would love to see that for sure for the Giants. So Max Scherzer, on the Giants. God, I hate myself that I just did that. I've been hanging out with Papa too much. So Max Scherzer, number 2, and number 1 is Zach Gallen, right? I hope they get somebody. You can see kind of the trend that I went hitters, pitchers. I think that the need for this Giants team is pitching. That's why when 716 brought that up and saying that Susan Susser said the Giants feel confident in their pitching staff, I would, I'm sitting in the room. I'm looking at the pitching staff. I'm like, you really want to go into a fight with these guys? Like, I mean, I'll take Logan Webb. Logan Webb's my guy. I love me some Logan Webb. I'll take Landon Roop. I might have to watch Robbie Ray a little bit. Robbie Ray might get injured in a scuffle. But I don't know, like who's your number 4? Who's your number 5? Right? I mean, we're talking about Carson Whisenhunt, but I think he's more closer to a 5. So then who's really your number 4? I think Landon Roop would be a great 4. I don't know if I want to put him at number 3 right now. I think that he'd be a great number 4. Robbie Ray, you can move him over to 2, and then hey, you get Zach Gallen, you put him at the number 2 spot. So then it goes Logan Webb, Zach Gallen, Robbie Ray, Landon Roop, and then Carson Whisenhunt. Or you can go get Max Scherzer and call it a day. I mean, that would be a decent. I would feel more comfortable with that starting rotation if it were up to me. So I don't know where the Giants end up going there. If Zach Gallen is a little bit too rich for them, I think that he's looking closer to 70 million for his contract. So I mean, you get a 3 year 70 mil, something like that. I mean, maybe that's something that you're able to do. How much does that come out to? 3 years, 70, maybe. What is that? Like 20? Is that 20? Like 24 or something? My math's bad. 20. Oh, I was close. 23.33333. Look at that. I just did. Look at that. Look at that. 20. Yeah, 70 mil for 3 years, 23.333. I think that's a comfortable number. With opt-outs, of course. But Zach Gallen, number 1 on my wish list. So what do you guys think about that? Are you guys entertaining the fact that Kyle Schwarber could potentially come to the Giants? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. The lotto. Well, yeah. Thank you. But yeah, no, I mean, would you guys entertain the thought of Kyle Schwarber coming over to the San Francisco Giants? I think you do. And I don't know what the price tag will be. I don't know how long it will be. Kyle Schwarber, I want to say, is 31 years old, right? I mean, I would love to be having this conversation 4 years ago, right? I mean, I wish the year was 2021, not because the Giants not because the Giants won the West in 2021. So Kyle Schwarber is going into year 33 because his birthday is March 5th. I'm going to know all these guys' birthdays by the end of this podcast, but so Kyle Schwarber going into year 33. So I'm assuming it'll probably be a 2-3 year deal. I think that the Giants would be wise to do that. I think that they would. I think that Kyle Schwarber has a lot left in the tank. What is he looking for? He is also a Boris client. We know that the Giants have had hiccups, issues with Boris in the past, with Carlos Correa and with Blake Snell and all that noise. So I don't know. It'll be really interesting to see how that goes. But I think that Kyle Schwarber should be a high priority for the Giants. If it's not Tatsuya Imai, I think that Kyle Schwarber should probably be your number 1 priority right now so that you can get that offense a little bit better. But again, it all has to come back to pitching. It has to come back to pitching. Pitching is the bread and butter. That's how they've won in the past. That's how you win in this ballpark. I love Kyle Schwarber. I would love to have him on the team, but you don't win in this ballpark by hitting home runs and out hitting the opposing teams. That is just not how you win at Oracle Park. You win with starting pitching, and I think that this starting pitching is a little light if you ask me. So you guys let me know what you're thinking here in the YouTube chat. I'm going to go ahead and go on through. If you do want to call, now is the time. 925-392-5348 is the phone number to chime in with your final thoughts here, because I am getting ready to wind it down and get on out of here. Recovery chiming in here. I would say we have a chance at Schwarber now because we have Posey in the room. Yes. With Farhan, I know there wouldn't have been a chance. No, yeah, and that is the thought, right? I mean, that is kind of how we feel about it. And that's why I feel like Buster Posey would be an X factor with dealing with pitchers wanting to come over here as well, because he can tell them exactly how they should pitch to this ballpark, and it will drastically boost their number. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I understand him being a hitter and talking to hitters and telling them like the same thing, like how you can be effective in the ballpark. So I get that, and he's done it. But being a former catcher, and he can kind of break it down methodically, I feel like either way, because he was a former player and because of the position that he held, I feel like either position that he's talking to, whether it be a position player or it be a pitcher, Buster Posey does give you a little form of comfortability, right? So when you do hear about Kyle Schwarber, we're just kind of conditioned to, well, the Giants are going to finish second again. The Giants are going to finish second again. We're going to be bridesmaids. We're never going to be the bride. That's kind of what we fallen into year after year after year. But this is Buster Posey. Buster Posey did get it done with Willy Adames. I know that we didn't get, Roki Sasaki. We didn't do that. We didn't get Corbin Burns, right? Those were other ones, but those were guys that the Giants weren't necessarily really high on. I mean, I don't know how deep they got into the Roki Sasaki stuff, but then the Corbin Burns, we thought that the Giants were more enticed or more interested than they actually were, right? So it would, again, be really interesting to find out how interested the Giants are with Kyle Schwarber. And if they are, like 716 said, you have to have the utmost confidence in Buster Posey and this regime moving forward, because I don't think that they're playing around. I think that they are wanting to turn this thing around sooner rather than later, and they're not going to wait, right? But yeah, it just makes me just think about everything else when you look at Kyle Schwarber and what that can potentially mean for Bryce Eldridge. Because if Kyle Schwarber is here, it's not set in stone, but I don't think that you carry another DH into the season. I don't think that you carry Bryce Eldridge into the season with Kyle Schwarber sitting there, because you're not going to put either of them in the field. So it only makes sense for there to be a trade package. And maybe that is trading, including a Patrick Bailey in the deal. Maybe that is including Casey Schmidt. Maybe that's including a Elliot Ramos. I mean, who knows? Who knows at this point? But that's the other thing that is really intriguing for this Giants team. And I just noticed on the scroll that I had last week's question of the night with are you interested? Can the Giants land Tatsuya Imai? I guess that technically is still the question. But tonight we've been talking about Kyle Schwarber coming over for the Giants. So thank you guys for paying attention to the scroll. I just saw it right now, and it's been an hour and 13. And that means that I am ready to get on out of here. So let's go through the YouTube chat one more time, say what's up to everybody, and say our goodbyes. Also heard that we're still paying Snell. What the hell? Yeah, no, what the hell? We're still paying Snell. Yeah, no, it's very idiotic. If you ask me, it's so stupid because of deferrals. So yes, they are paying for Blake Snell to kick our ass. How about that? Who would have thought? No ballpark can hold Schwarber. He hits bombs. He does. And I don't know if you were here earlier, 716, but I played this home run earlier. Let me start it over. Look at how effortlessly that he swings his bat.
Fly ball, right field. That's deep. Yastrzemski's looking.
He didn't have a follow-through. Did you see that? He didn't have a follow-through.
Fly ball, right field. That's deep. Yastrzemski's looking.
He barely poked it, and it's all the way out in the cove.
Two-run home run for Schwarber.
Bring that mofo over to Oracle Park. Bring him over now. He needs to be a Giant. I would love to see that night in and night out. But for sure, he hits bombs wherever he's at. Doesn't matter the ballpark. For sure for Kyle Schwarber. Schwarber Devers would strike fear in. Yeah, dude. Like I was saying earlier, again, I don't know if you were here, 716, but I was talking about just 2 to 6 would be Willie Adames. Ooh, good. Willie Adames, Rafael Devers, Kyle Schwarber, Matt Chapman, Elliot Ramos. That's pretty damn good. I mean, that's pretty good for a revamp of the Giants offense in 2 seasons, right? I mean, that would be drastically improved from what we were watching with freaking Michael Conforto and Mitch Haniger and oh my God. don't get me started on the Farhan years, man. But that would be drastically improved. It would look like a major league roster. It would look like a major league lineup if you add Kyle Schwarber into this offense. So yeah, you got to do that. You got to do that for sure. Let's see. Wouldn't strike fear. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Rockin'. That's why. Well, Devers is serviceable. Devers is serviceable at first base. Put some respect on my guy Rafi Corral and Rafi Devers. I stand up for my Raffis. But yeah, no, Schwarber strictly DH. He will not be in the outfield. He will not be in the outfield. Let's see. Yeah, against Bivens makes sense. Come on, bro. We can't have friendly fire in here. Can't have friendly fire. But yes, it was against Bivens, and apparently it was on a Tuesday night too. Because you guys saw those unis. I don't know if you guys like the unis. I did like the unis.
Fly ball right field. That's deep.
Yes, this was on a Tuesday night last season against Spencer Bivens.
Home run for Schwarber.
Oh yeah, I'd love to see that, but in the orange and black. Look at that. Look at that Jung Hoo, the hooligans, right? That was the hooligans hat. Love that. I need to get me one of those. All right. So let's see what else. Yeah, Schwarber, don't bring your glove, please. Oh man. All right, guys. Well, tonight was a lot of fun. We got to break down the free agents. The winter meetings start on Sunday, the 7th, and it continues on until the 10th. So we'll have a podcast maybe before then. Maybe we'll have one on Sunday. Maybe we'll have it on Monday. We'll have to see what happens and what news comes out for the Giants. If anything is trickling in, we'll definitely keep you up to date. But keep an eye out for my shorts. I've been doing some videos here. I did one live from the KNBR studios actually earlier today, talking about Kyle Schwarber. So I've been putting out a couple of shorts just to keep you guys in the loop and the breaking news factor. Since we won't be doing these podcasts every single day, and then obviously with life coming down the pipe right now, we are 21 days away. We are Roberto Clemente days away, Jeff Kent days away, Frank Gore days away from welcoming in baby boy. So definitely the lives might take a hit, might take a hiatus for a little bit, but I will keep you guys up to date on the shorts, the YouTube shorts. So set your notifications for everything for Passion for the Pastime. Hope you guys had a fun night tonight, because I definitely did and love connecting with you guys. But my plan is to do a live maybe on Friday. Maybe we'll do one not on Sunday, but we'll do one probably on Monday. If we do one next week, Monday and maybe Wednesday, we'll give you a double feature. We'll give you one on Monday. We'll give you one on Wednesday. That'll be my plan for next week. But plans can change. So you guys have a good one. Be safe. Let's go ahead and say our goodbyes. Thank you, Walter. Yep. Thank you, Rockin'. Appreciate you, man. Love the show, Walter. Let's go Giants. Yeah, appreciate you. Rockin' 716 or Rockin' Recovery 716. I'm mixing you guys up. See you Sunday. Yeah, I'll see you, Rockin'. I'll holla at you, man. I'll see you out there. Cold for shorts. Too cold for shorts. Let's see here. Yeah, Deion Sanders. Someone hit me with the Deion Sanders earlier today. I felt ashamed that I left out my boy Deion. But let's see. Yeah, everyone have a nice evening. Thank you, Walt. Yep. Thank you, Lori. Thank you for stopping by here on Patch for the Pastime. Later, y'all. Yep. Let me go ahead and go through here. Peace, fam. Right on, Walter. AJ, good to see you in here, man. And my battery is dying on the iPad, so that means it is time to go. So you guys have a good one. Again, set your notifications. Check out the shorts page on Passion for the Pastime. You guys will be able to see some short content there. Shout out my short kings. Rockin' knows what I'm talking about. But you guys have a good one. Be safe. And again, winter meetings starting on Sunday on the 7th on into the 10th. And I'll keep you guys up to date. We will be planning on a show on Monday, the 8th, and the 10th, the close of winter meetings a week from today. So you guys have a good one. Be safe. Thank you all for stopping by. And hopefully next time we're talking about some big news. We're talking about some signings or maybe some potential trades. Maybe Bryce Eldridge won't be on the team, but hopefully we got some news. We're not just going to be gossip queens over here. We're going to be talking about some actual news as it pertains to the Giants, or we'll be crying with each other, crying about how Tatsuya Imai is a Dodger and Kyle Schwarber just played the Giants and he ends up going back to the Phillies anyway. So you guys have a good one. Be safe, and I'll talk to you next time.